Hello everybody, this is Matthew here, and I'm back with Desktop Dungeons episode 4. In this episode of Desktop Dungeons, I decide to try out the fighter class again. And, since I actually, played this, I actually recorded, the game itself, only a couple days ago. So I have absolutely no idea how this turned out. So it'll be completely new to me, really. So let me catch my breath here for a second. I am sitting around in bed, but I'm not exhausted, but exasperated. So I'm. Since I defeated the Desktop Dungeons level with, I think it was the Thief class, it added Gorgons, which are really weak, and I kind of just powered through them, really. So, and also I kind of found the dungeon boss right off, and okay, now I remember what was going on. Yeah, I did a rather good job on this game, but sadly I kind of died. So yeah, I'm sorry that it took so long for me to kind of get to this episode, get around to recording the commentary. I haven't done a commentary in a couple days. I've been a little lazy and actually a lot more busy than I ever have been. I actually have been helping around the house, helping clean things up and organize and everything. Trying to butter my parents up so that my dad, when I get my new computer, which is hopefully tomorrow, my dad will go right out and go pick it up. So yeah, about my computer, my new computer. It should be shipped in by tomorrow, and it better be shipped in by tomorrow. I've just I've really lost my patience. Yeah. Of course I have absolutely no idea what to talk about, because like always I have this list. It's called commentaryfodder.txt. It's a text file that I made so that I know what to talk about when I do my commentary. And let's see. On this list, I have unicorns, fairies, sparkles, and their dangers with causing blindness, and catchy music. So them unicorns, yeah. And actually, when I was still doing Dungeon of Doom, I made this list, and so one of the things that I put down in Dungeon of Doom specific is that I could actually relate Dungeon of Doom to Minecraft. And if you haven't checked out my videos, you don't have to. Dungeon of Doom is basically a roguelike dungeon crawler game, almost like Desktop Dungeons, only it's text-based. And it's a lot more in-depth than Desktop Dungeons is. And actually I can relate this to Minecraft, because the Notch, the creator of Minecraft, his first game actually was a console-based adventure, kind of like Dungeon of Doom. I thought that was a cool little fact to add in there, and I actually I found that out when I was listening to an interview on YouTube. Of course it was in Swedish, so but at least they had they had English subtitles. Anyways, I should really be talking about yesterday, because I reached a milestone in my life. For the first time in my life yesterday, I ate a Jaffa cake. Well, not really. It's more of I ate a fancy Jaffa cake. It wasn't even a Jaffa cake. It was a biscuit. It was by the company Lou, and it was one of those fancy Pim's biscuits where it has the the cake-like stuff on the bottom, and the jelly in the middle, and it's dark chocolate on top, not just regular chocolate. It's like a Jaffa cake, but it's for fancy people, essentially. And my family is by no means fancy. Mom got it at the local. My mother got it at my mother got it at the local grocery store for like $3.29, which wasn't too expensive compared to a tube of Jaffa cakes, which the closest place we can get it is 50 miles away from where I live, and one canister of 12 of them is like $5. So I think I'm just better off trying to find I think it's an apricot flavored Pim's biscuit instead of going to get Jaffa cakes, especially with today's high gas prices. And that reminds me, today's high gas prices. It's I was watching on the news today. With my parents, that like gas prices went down $5 a barrel. I'm thinking, oh, they're making such a big deal about gas prices going up and oil price. Well, it was oil prices that went down, and oil prices going down. Everybody's celebrating about oil prices going down. And the thing that bothers me is that the people who are complaining about the prices are not doing anything in their full power to try and not use gasoline and save thousands of dollars. So, I mean, every once in a while I do complain about gas prices because they really interfere with, fun things that my family could do. But the thing is that I can't be a hypocrite because I have absolutely no power to try and fix that. Really, it's more of I come up with these like plans to try and fix everything, but then I'm never able to really do anything right. So yeah, and wow, 7 minutes have passed, and I've actually kind of been on a coherent topic for the past couple of minutes, which is better than what I normally do, where I'm sitting here in silence thinking about what to say and really like going off in all sorts of different directions with my commentary, especially with the wide variety of things that I have written down to try and talk about, which is unicorns, fairies, sparkles, and catchy music. I don't know, I guess I was kind of in a state of weirdness when I wrote this list. I was thinking, oh, it'll be funny to talk about unicorns and sparkles and all that stuff and everything like that, really. So yeah. And so my brothers just whispered to me, if you couldn't hear me to talk about yogurt. Wow, that's I'm adding that to my list. Yogurt. Yoplait to be exact. And gosh, if these videos ever get popular, Yoplait owes me a lot of money for advertising their products. We buy Yoplait yogurt. It's adequate for our diets, I guess. Right? I like the flavors. Sometimes they're not the best, but I mean, I get by with them, really. And actually, speaking of flavors, it reminds me of those Pim's, the fancy Jaffa cakes that I was eating. They were raspberry flavored, and overall the biscuits were good, but personally I don't like that raspberry filling. I have no idea why. It's probably just the tanginess of the raspberry filling, and I'm not even looking at how much time I have left here. Okay, I have quite a bit of time left. It's not really yummy at all. Like, I don't know, it tastes like those, my mother says it reminds me of those candies that her mother used to give her for her and her siblings for Easter, where they were like some of the candies were really good, and then other candies were like absolutely terrible, and they were they were jelly filled or marshmallow filled. I absolutely hate those candies. And I remember, I think it was this Easter that my grandmother on my mother's side actually, like, bought my siblings and I some of those, things, some of those candies, and I liked most of the candies, but those marshmallow-filled ones were terrible, and, oh goodness, here I'm duking it out with, Frank the Zombie, and I'm obviously not doing too well. You can see that I'm using up all my potions, and I'm on my screen I'm having frame rate issues. I'm not sure if you're gonna see that. Maybe it's just because I'm multitasking, but I don't think it's because I'm multitasking. Oh gosh. Well, I'm gonna die. I spoiled it, but I only spoiled it 2 or 3 minutes before it happened, so I sit there for a moment contemplating, and then I'm like, and then I got saved from death, and I'm like, really? Really, Frank the Zombie? So, yeah. And actually, I've decided that in the next episode, I'm actually going to try out worshipping a god. So, until then, I shall worship that god. Yes. Well, I got out with a score of 10,800, and I wonder if that score counts towards a total score. And you see me like waving my mouse cursor around it. So I'm Matt, and I'll see you in my next Desktop Dungeons Let's Play video.